you must be the one who got me out of the red with the trade authority. Can't say I don't appreciate it, but I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor. Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing nefarious old men by wiping away their hard-earned debts? Adrian sent you. Did she look okay? Sounds like Adrian. Watch that woman lose a digit trying to get a better tissue sample.
What? You can reattach a finger, Percy.
So what exactly did she have you bring me? Terramorph attack, huh? Not exactly sure why you'd be bringing that... Wait, Tau Gourmet? Like Tau Ceti Tau Gourmet? That's a joke, right? There's no settlement old enough on Tau Ceti to have a Terramorph. Either someone's setting up the worst petting zoo in the universe, or if she made you come all the way for this. Let's get inside. I need to see these cells.
Gonna ask you to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests. Oh, and Lou mentioned how you took care of the debt.
Just paid the whole thing off, huh? Hope it's obvious from my current circumstances that that's gonna be a gift, not a loan.
All queued up. Let's gaze into this abyss, shall we?
All right, just get those cellular markers tagged.
Wait. Where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all in a slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. You're not lying to me? Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen, I'd be mad and very, very relieved. Can't just humor an old man, huh? This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst Terramorph attack in human history. I presume you've heard of Londinian. And for good reason. The swarms are so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off from the galaxy at large. Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack, but the ones that did, well, they look just like this one. I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures this specimen ever sat on a ship while it was alive, either. I don't think it was transported to Tau Ceti. This specimen, it grew there, faster than any Terramorph should. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human-Terramorph relations, where big, sudden Londinian-style attacks can happen outside Londinian, that's not gonna end well for humanity. So, you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You wanna tell me what your plans are for it now? The circle, huh? Could use a drink about now. Here, faster we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstances, I'm inclined to just ask forgiveness. Let's get going.
Doing the same thing I do every day, supervising these machines so they don't break down.
Need something, Chief?
live fire exercises, tomorrow hiking miles over rough terrain. Not looking forward to that.
We'll be ready in case there's ever another colony war.
Glad there ain't no wars, but we still need to be prepared.
The military life may be tough, but damn it, I'm gonna make my family proud. Always be ready for anything. Nothing to report. Why do I have to be stationed on Mars of all places? Word of advice, don't mess with Marines. Stay clear of the range during live fire exercises. Should be on the spot. think I was Vanguard material. Till I discovered the space travel turns my stomach in knots.
Talk to me if you reckon you can hack it as a bounty hunter.
If you're going to use the elevators or stairs.
Hey, you looking for anything cool? Yo, stay good out there.
Climbing the charts. Next horizon.
Is that really her? Hadrian.
Percival. My God, look at you. You're an old man now.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say,
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back. Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down. Yeah, I can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being too much trouble. Well, that's certainly not what I was expecting you'd have to go through. But thank you. I'm just glad you both came through intact. So, were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's gonna take to access our old Terramorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the Cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? And House Varun somehow? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the Cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. They've agreed to hear us out on two conditions. One, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And two, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti. With both of us. It can be a daunting experience. Which is why I wanted to make sure, before you agreed to anything, we gave you the whole truth. Percival and I, we're not just researchers. We were military scientists. Ran a division of the UC together that deployed aliens on the battlefield as weapons.
Place I was hiding out. That was our unit's home base.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC xeno-warfare. A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what we'd done. Well, it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to explore deploying terramorphs on the battlefield. The project never got off the ground, but the data our team gathered is now sitting in the archives, along with all the other information banned after the Colony War. Under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic factions still participating in regular politics. But if we can convince the cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher what exactly this sample might mean. And hopefully, how to prevent more attacks like the one that spawned it. All right. I'm gonna go get this work up into the cabinet's hands. I'll meet you out front of Mast in New Atlantis.
Good luck. You two are gonna need it.
Time I start working on some projects of my own. Not a lot of folks would have stuck their necks out for a stranger like that.
Not having any trouble mining the ore, eh?
Be advised to secure loose articles and find stable ground or remain seated in the event of unforeseen tremors. Detonation occurs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I hope you've got your... Not having any trouble mining the ore, are
Particle
ya?
detonation concluded.
See you around.
It is now safe to resume normal activity. Reminder that particle detonations can occur beyond the city limits between the hours of 0600 and 1800 local time.
Okay. Great. Now, the next part is a little tricky. Our Director of Mining Operations, Peter's the only one who can approve the order for new equipment. And unfortunately, he's useless without an assistant. I think I've got a surefire way for you to get that job. Then you, as his assistant, can get him to sign off on the approval. Now hold on, it's not that easy. You'll need to apply for it like anyone else. Head to the Deimos Star Yard's office up in orbit to fill out the application. It's where that job is posted. Come back and see me when you've done that, and we'll talk about how to secure the position for you.
Please remain 2 meters away for your safety. Worker robot coming through.
Don't worry. We're gonna make sure you get that job.
Do your part to keep Sidonia graffiti-free.
We work to live, but can't make a living. So then we begin.
It's not easy living in Sidonia.
Hi, Captain.
Escape trajectory lost. I'm really happy to see you.
Welcome to Deimos.
I wish Deimos was exclusively a military contract.
This is the heart of the UC. If you want to survive out there, you've come to the right place.
Enjoy your stay.
Deimos engineers demand perfection and certainty. Right away. Of course. Let's get you set up. When you get serious about your spacecraft, come back to Deimos.
Deimos ships are responsible for countless victories.
They have to say it. No funny business. I'd give to have a Deimos of my own. We never have any trouble here. Who would dare? Deimos is truly something. Welcome to Deimos. This is the heart of the UC. If you want to survive out there, you've come to the right place. Enjoy your stay. I have to say it, no funny business. What I'd give to have a Deimos of my own. We never have any trouble here. Who would dare? Deimos is truly something. Welcome to Deimos. This is the heart of the UC. If you want to survive out there, you've come to the right place. Enjoy your stay. say it, no funny business.
Yeah?
Yeah, boss? Got some new orders for me?
We're free and clear for flight.
Captain! Over here! The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come. A non-trivial amount of gene editing. Clone, honestly, isn't even really the right term for our relationship, thanks to the amount of donor material that was required to bring me into this world. He and I are different on more than a few levels, but there's no denying the fact we're inextricably linked. I'm the last. A few of my siblings, they passed when we were young. Training accidents and the like. But most of the rest were deployed to the front lines during the Colony War, and they never came back. Not a day goes by where I don't think about what the world would look like with them still in it. I'm getting there. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned. My areas of expertise are pretty specific, but messed up families are up there. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or if you've got any last-minute business to attend. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna... Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go. By the way, Captain, Sergeant, you...
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope will determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
That's quite the leap, Captain. Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to...
An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God. There must be another explanation. The creatures... evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
The things we do here, the tech we develop,
right behind.
benefits all of humanity. We're needed down at the spaceport.
That's it. Now hit him with everything you've got.
We're trying to help you!
Hurt me.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting. I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready. Well, you better keep that EM weapon loaded then. Now let's move.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
No time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move!
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
Stay back! You might back up. Don't just stand there. Good! Captain! It's going to be okay. It's not real. Whatever you're experiencing right now, it's not real. We have to put down that floor.
Wait, officer? Are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad. We're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more money.
Keep moving, right
Those
to the
things down and move
checkpoint.
fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with Terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here. But we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liable.
We're not UC security. Roger that. We're on. Nothing around here is gonna have a death wish.
There's an incident in progress at the space.
Target down. Nice work, Captain.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. Certainly doesn't feel like it.
I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know that... Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Spaceport is off limits. Temporarily.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured.
All citizens are
Safety
deployed.
precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before exiting your home.
Let your people all... Captain? Hadrian? It would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective, someone who knows precisely. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative. We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us? It has its perks. Only citizens can purchase property in the city. We also pay reduced prices on most goods and services across the UC. There's also a credit disbursement when you first join. Help get you on your feet. But above all, you'd become a dedicated part of the greatest fact. I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in with Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies.
Hello.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for that data.
Ask my boss what they're doing to stop new alien attacks on us.
These orders. A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the Cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. It was a mutual agreement, but I suppose you touch on the spirit of it. So, you also know then that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Va'ruun. Now, the UC's already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Va'ruun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done. Very funny. This is going to be hard enough already. Both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but and I do mean cooperate. Threats and... though that doesn't mean we can't get creative. But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Va'ruun? Ambassador Balmore's... When the rest of House Va'ruun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests. So there's no claiming to know how a member of House Va'ruun thinks is a quick... It does. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show... Your task is to find him and kindly but firm. I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there. The good. Now, officially, our office is use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support. And who knows? Maybe that. But my suspicion is. Certainly. See, UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters. But getting caught trespassing is a quick. So, if you are going to try and access the device. Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's all right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up, you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise. And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some. Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't have. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while. Be smart out there, Captain.
Collective and UC both. It's why they give them a white.
You are a visitor? You'll find the ambassador.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, offices, or conference room. Terramorphs, as in more than one? All that security, and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it
Guests
doesn't
can
happen
make
again.
themselves comfortable in the lobby. I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. I will not be the one. You're really gonna push this? All right. I'm listening. Preventing more... Oh, yes. And those lives are in my... I suppose you're right. Our job and our responsibility. Well, Captain, you make... But if I'm really granting you access, your access will be limited. You can only take out the item. You go in once. You get everything you need on your... And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used, Freestar scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement? Excellent. Follow me.
You're allowed 3 places. Conference room, lobby, or the ambassador's office. You set foot anywhere else, there's going to be problems.
They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Don't make me regret this, Captain. Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. 2 unlikely allies, I guess.
This building is Freestar sovereign territory, so in here, we're the law.
It's like...
When someone insults you, you want to just beat the shit out of them sometimes, but you don't.
Well, not quite what I was thinking, but that's actually a great example, Marcus. The man in the story was cruel. Do you know why he was cruel? You must feel what he feels. Understand his pain. Accept it. And deliver it not back upon him.
Empathy. You mean empathy. But you say it like it's easy. Like anyone can just love a terrible person who has been terrible to them.
Yeah, why even bother? I mean, isn't the cycle of humanity peace and war back and forth, like forever? Seems kind of pointless to try so hard for something that won't last. Nothing ever really changes.
It's not easy, no, but necessary. Because I may not always have the perfect advice for people, but were you seeking worldly wisdom or... Ah, that's wonderful to hear. I assume then you've read Among the Grav Jumps. It's the one writing that most often introduces most people to us. That's all right. I'm sure it just escaped your memory. There must be a copy around here somewhere. If you do happen to peruse it, I would enjoy... Wonderful. I really would... Oh, I hope you have the chance to read more about our beliefs. Faith does not always come easy. And once you have it, doubt, by its very nature, faith asks you to believe in something you cannot touch or taste. So tell me, the enlightened turn their back. Do you think humanity being brought into space? Our hands may have built the grav drive, but isn't there something more that could be out there? My door is open. There's so many mysteries in the universe, so many unknowns that... Well, we're a newer organization, at least, but we're gaining new members all the time. Keeper by title. But yes, I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity. The sanctum will always be here for those who seek it.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss. Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Eh? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge, and then... silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly? Harmless spores, you have my word, but hard to navigate. Hence why I was guiding you through the intercoms to restore the environmental controls. And release me. It is the sap of the tree that gives it its... well, perhaps not a topic for this exact moment. But I must know of the rest of the city. Does it still stand? Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door, hmm? And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information then. On terror morphs, presumably, hmm? Do I see this all clearly? The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. But if I am to grant you access, I have... For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter, with little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Well then, please, follow me. Let's hope it still works. And there. Let it be used for good. We'll be so lucky in it. The affairs of House Varun are our own. House Varun committed its... This was said at... So, when my brethren...
Captain. Congratulations on joining.
Pardon.
Captain, you're back soon. Oh, wait. Did you actually? So the old man was still lurking around in there. And now, I've already arranged everything. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how... Here, the UC code piece and an archival access. Absolute best behavior down there.
Here on Vanguard business?
Welcome back, Captain.
Navy's defeat at the Battle of Cheyenne by the Free Star.
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the Archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin. You may proceed, Captain.
It's a fascinating subject, the colony war, though I'm thankful I didn't have to participate.
This space is a memorial to those lost during the Colony War. Your consideration is requested.
Keeping the skies safe out there?
Howdy.
There you are.
Captain, Deputy told me what went down. Impressive work.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
Time for us to start getting some real answers. And figure out if we... So whenever you're ready. Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this works. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she...
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me. All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of you? Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding... Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the... Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation. We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property. Now, the other item we needed to... There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you about this. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has... And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these... Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection...
Communal art installation. It's supposed to look nice.
I guess. But I'm just saying, you could have a whole batball field or some food stands. Something useful.
It's always something with you. Well, I think the artists outdid themselves here.
I mean, it's pretty, but space is precious. It should be more than pretty.
It's a playground too, right?
So after an hour of whining, they're finally out here.
My parents are white.
They're just sitting on the grass. They should be playing.
Do you want to go another 3 rounds with them?
There's slides, like right there.
Yeah, at least they're outside.
At least they're not fighting.
All they want to do is play on their computers. All day.
You know, just by walking through, I'm sure we can find...
What?
Entry, unsealing access. You may proceed down the corridor.
Welcome, Captain. Please, come down and approach the intercom. You and I should chat. President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get, which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am? Not quite. I'm Francois Sanon, but most know me as Vivictus. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes, but the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. So they put me here, a sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death served the colonies. One final act of rebellion by the leadership that lost the Colony War. The trial was authentic. I faced tribunal with dignity, but my execution, staged. A lethal injection that was anything but. The cabinet at the time, long gone now, wished to keep me on as an advisor. And considering the other option, I was in no place to refuse. So I elected to trade my freedom for my continued existence. But such is the life of a soldier. To warrant my execution, the official charges I faced after the war were twofold. The first was the destruction of civilian ships during the Battle of Cheyenne, a battle during which those civilian ships were actively attacking my fleet. The other was ordering the bombing of the Londinian spaceport to halt the spread of the Terramorph outbreak there. The city and its citizens were lost, but countless others likely saved. And for doing what was right, I was put on trial. And my life irrevocably changed. I want to help you, and my project. Though I am curious, has she shared with you the nature of our... did she? So, our relationship has always been a challenging one. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training to support it. And she excelled. But the universe cut all that short. Now, though, it's placed even more crucial work in front of the two of you. And I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to do. After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with. There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colony's more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the Colony War ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder to this day. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him, however you're able. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly. Bring me evidence that the job's done. You can certainly try, but but the man's been out there 20 years. Easier for all if you simply blow up it. If that's what you require to sleep. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world of a There's a star station in the vicinity. The Den. The head of the local vanguard...
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
Captain, did your... Surprised me too when I learned it, but the prisoner has proven... But I do think it's worth re-emphasizing. No one else can know about this, all right? Good. Because bringing this up to the outside world would... And that's not a good look for any of us. No. Dr. Reginald Orlays? Of course, killing Orlays is completely out of the question. But bringing... That'd be a huge win for the UC. Really? He found the members of the research team. We'd already initiated a search for them, but it'd save a lot of time and manpower if he just gave us that information. Captain, if that's the deal, you have my endorsement. Just so long as you make every... Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss regarding your meeting? The Den? It's a star station. Orbiting Wolf, the second star station actually to bear that title. The first one was blown to smithereens by House Varun during the Serpent's Crusade. The place has always acted as a remote strategic hub, primarily for repairing, but because of its distance from the rest of the UC, things there have always been a little more lax. Patrols included. I can think of worse places in the galaxy for a criminal to hide out. Then I'll bid you good day, Captain.
Greetings, citizen. Welcome to the UC.
I have a feeling today's going to be a great day. Don't you agree? I'm so excited to see Tony after work. Oh, hi there. I'm doing great. How about you? Glad to hear it. Yeah, life is good, isn't it? I've been trying to save up enough money so that I can go explore the settled systems with my boyfriend, Tony. I think we're finally getting close. Really? Well, I guess you're right. I'm feeling I really love my job, but it's hard work and long hours. I could definitely... Really? That's so sweet. Tony and I want to see what else is out there. I love my job, but there has to be more to life than just being a janitor in New Atlantis. What about you? Have you gone on any adventures? What? Don't get me wrong, that's cool. But also scary. Well, that depends. If that's the case, you have a lot of options here in New Atlantis. Dawn's Roost is probably the... But I'll be honest, I'm more of a chunks girl. And my boyfriend and I can't... See you around.
Please stay back. This is an active investigation.
Have to get all the materials we can back to the lab. Hey, no loitering.
I'm really happy to see you. It's a gorgeous day in the space lanes. I can make some room. We'll catch up later.
Insertion completed. Hey, how's your day, Captain? Ramp jump complete.
Welcome to the den. If you have business, feel free to land.
Solid docking job there. Nice work.
Need some work done? Hey, what can I do for you?
Don't see new faces around here very often.
Marquez is all right, I guess. She's gonna be You kidding? It's what I was born to do. Wait, I mean flying is what I was born to do. This Vanguard thing? Temporary. Only a minute. Before you know it, I'll be a captain. No, wait. What does it matter? I'm gonna be out of here before you can blink, and that reporter didn't put you up to this, did he? I already told him. It was a misunderstanding. An accident. Well, yeah. Why wouldn't I be? Oh, right. You haven't seen me fly. If you had... What? I'm not advertising anything. I'd offer to let you fly along on my next mission, but, Oh, listen, I need a favor. I've got an application in for a promotion in the Vanguard, but I haven't heard any... Their reply must have gotten lost along the way. It happens. We're really far from New Atlantis anyway. Just like that? Wow! I'm not gonna forget that you're doing this for me. This is just the start of my... Okay, you're gonna want to talk to Commander Tuwala. I'm sure he's aware of me because I've sent him a few messages now. Just bring back whatever message for me so I can get out of here, okay? Okay, then.
Looking to lodge a complaint? Then you want UC security. Oh, apologies, Captain. So, what can I do for you? Orlaise. Doesn't ring a bell. Suit yourself. Well, I can tell you, but... there has been a rumor about a ship floating out around Etheria. Never docks, doesn't respond to hails. Maybe this Orlaise of yours is the one piloting it. I can give you the coordinates to its last sighted location if you want. Just, well, you'll need to be careful. That part of Etheria's sky is an old debris field. Plenty dangerous. More than a few scrappers heading out never came back. Sure thing. Here, this should go get your man.
Only a matter of time before I get promoted out of here.
I try not to trade in gossip, but, well, I certainly feel that way. The Vanguard pilots don't seem to want to associate with me. And I don't agree with Mr. Romac's views on the colony war. You know, I really thought volunteering for this assignment was going to be the boost to my career that I was looking for. Now I suspect even SS... So I've been told. Why, certainly. The Settled Systems news network is the... Reporters are dispatched all over, keeping an ear to the ground for some... It can, admittedly, be a bit of a pain making sure those stories reach our central office in New Atlantis. But until someone invents faster-than-light communication, it's the best we can do. Farewell, then.
Taking a look at your file. Bounty hunter. All right. Just keep the chaos to a minimum. No collateral damage, okay?
I'm on what you call a long-term assignment. You know, that's a good question. I do stuff for Orville sometimes, odd jobs or whatever, when he's... Gotta love bureaucracy. Ooh, well, that... Orville over there is still stuck in the glory days when this was the domain of the UC military brass and all their hangers-on. You can't see the Vanguard pilots. They mostly just resent guarding the ascent. And me? Well. Uh-huh. Bye.
Time was this place would be full of pilots, soldiers, and well-to-do types. And look at it now. Hey there. Ain't seen you before. That's so. Not many have reason to... But what do I know? I'm just an old man who's been here. Well, you're welcome here, so long as I don't hear you disrespecting the United... You got a problem with our history or our heroes? You can find somewhere else to... Well, now that depends. Now that's what I like to hear. All right, maybe you can help me out. Had some posters made up a while back to remind folks of the good work Ve Victus has done for all of us. I'd put them up here, but that's, caused some friction with the Vanguard. If a strong-willed, patriotic individual, such as you, and there'd be some credits in it for anyone helping out the UC. That's the spirit. All right. Posters are in the back there, and you just... Long live the UC.
Oh, hey, don't look at me. I'm just here for the liquor and the, Don't let Orville get to you. Just smile, take your drink, and be on your way. Best for everyone.
Can't wait until I get to rotate out of here.
Welcome to the Trade Authority. Our stock may not be as vast as New Atlantis, and seeing as the Trade Authority is the only it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Yes, of course.
hatched. Let's get out of here.